you're better off being yourself in the moment than forcing an act. If being yourself is wrong, then reflect on it and make long-term changes when you are outside of the moment.
Yes. So that kind of alludes to what I was talking about earlier. So I think we've all been guilty on this. We've all been about to go on a date, and we've all just checked our phone and been like, all right, these 3% rules, need to check them. Okay. In the heat of the moment on the date, all right, you are better off being yourself and going with the flow than you are trying to fixate on those rules or whatever it is you've read and putting on that act. You are 100% better off every time. Okay, because once again, you'll come across as rigid if you don't do that. And the other person will notice it 100%. Now, the advice of being yourself can be the best and the worst advice, all right? Because yes, be yourself in the moment 100%, but if it doesn't work out, then you need to go away from that and then build on yourself when you're not in the moment. Yeah. So essentially what I mean is, if I was going to go on a date, okay, and I made a hash of it because I was too needy, I was too physical, whatever, blah blah blah, trying to be restrictive of that in the moment and acting all tensed up, she can sense that I want to do something and I'm not doing it because I'm trying to put on an act. That's not fucking good either. I'm better off going with the flow, going with what feels right in that moment, and then if it doesn't work out, when I leave that date, be like, right, okay, this keeps happening. Why does that keep happening? It's because I'm too fucking needy or I'm doing X, Y, Z. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Bear that in mind. And then you build on it. And then, several dates down the line, before you know it, you've improved on that one thing. But you can't just improve on it in the short term. Like, for example, you weight train, obviously. So you can't just, go into the gym and be like, right, I'm gonna lift to my maximum every fucking day. I'm gonna try and improve every fucking day. No, you can't. Your body will have your life if you try and do that. You're going to hit your 1 rep max, one time of the month, and then for the rest of the month, you're going to go building on that. You're going to watch the video of your 1 rep max. You're going to be like, right, I noticed that when I was doing that squat, my bum came up first. Right, I need to work on my hamstrings, or I need to work on my hip flexors. You analyze it from that outside of the moment.
Yeah.
It's no good thinking about all that shit in the moment.
Eventually, though, you have to practice. One thing that I would try to do, especially early on the 3% path, because Dating Essentials for Men, he talks about going on what's called a 12 for 12, where you have to go on 12 different dates with 12 women in a 12-week period. And all of that's just for practice. So he's like, you can date fat women, you can date you take your grandma out, you could take, it doesn't matter because you're not trying to get laid. It's all just practice and stuff like that. So I would sort of do something like that, where I would just go on all these like random dates, not expecting anything. And I'd go in, and if they like showed up for the date, like, because a lot of chicks on dating apps sort of catfish, they'll put like pictures of themselves from fucking 5 years ago or 100 pounds ago. And, and so they would show up to the date. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. But instead, so I just be cool with it and, know that the date's clearly not going anywhere, but I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to practice, my body language, practice banter, practice shutting the fuck up and letting them talk a little bit,
But see, the key thing there is that if you already know the date isn't going anywhere, then can you honestly say that that's the moment?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you with me?
Because I'm immediately in the mindset of this is just practice.
Exactly. And that's important. You should do that. I'd advise everyone to do that. All right. But when you are in the moment, when you're on that date, when you're like, fucking hell, this woman's hot. Oh my God, she looks homely. Yeah, she's got all of the nice long-term material that I'm looking for. Right, yes, this is game time. You can't be rigid now. You can't be looking at your fucking rule book and every little scripture thing you're going to do. No, you've got to be yourself and be present in that moment. Otherwise, you're fucked.